I'm going to summarize my colleague Mike Lawler's letter into a couple of sentences. We have to save the Hudson River. Sentence 1, period. We cannot allow 1 million gallons of radioactive waste to be dumped in the Hudson River, period. And as you know, this is not just about this one company and this one river. And look at this beautiful scene. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. George, can you get them to redraw the line so I can get a little piece of this district? This is incredible. Thank you. I see why you fight so hard to protect this.
We're here because the Hudson River is a sacred place. This is the birthplace of the American environmental movement. We have spent billions of dollars in countless generations cleaning this river up. So it was a shock to all of us, not only that HOLTEC was planning a radiological release, but for decades this has been going on with Entergy and with Con Ed. So we're here today to say no more, that we've got to end this industrial era practice of siting power plants and industries along water bodies because they're convenient and expedient ways to dispose of industrial waste.
I can't believe that anyone with any common sense would believe that discharging radioactive water into Hudson River could be a good thing. I'm glad of the efforts of like Peter Harcum and those in Albany trying to stop this, and I support their efforts wholeheartedly.
We know there are not a lot of good options, but we want answers before anything moves forward. And if they don't, along with Dana Levenberg, we have legislation that would ban radiological dumping in waterways in New York State.
Senator Harcum and I have introduced legislation to say we should not allow dumping of radiological material into the waterways of New York State.
One, it's that the other side of the river stands with you in this fight. We are with you in fiercely defending this gem that we've got. And two, this is a miracle. The Hudson River is a miracle. I'll tell you why. Because normally, you only get one shot when it comes to the environment. And we know we polluted the hell out of this environment with PCBs, other contaminants, GE, everyone. And we have a miracle on our hands since we cleaned it up. And it is back. But I'll tell you what, we will not get a third shot at it. And that's why we're fighting so hard from the federal government, state government, local government. All of us have to be united with one voice, united, telling everybody. We need every layer of government's intervention because we're not getting a third shot here. We will lay down in the railroad tracks and fiercely defend the gem that is the Hudson River. No dumping.
We're here because we are united in one single proposition. Dumping massive quantities of highly toxic substances into public waterways is not okay.
Hey, this is Congressman Pat Ryan. I represent the Hudson Valley just north of Indian Point. You can hear folks on the river right now saying, keep our water safe, no nuclear waste.
Keep our water safe, no nuclear waste.
That's what we're all here to say from all across the Hudson Valley. I grew up here. We've been fighting to protect our river my whole life, and it pisses me off that we have to do it, but I'm proud that my neighbors, our whole community is out here to make our voice heard. We cannot allow this radioactive waste into our Hudson River.
I'm here to join all of those who are fighting HOLTEC. And you know, for my entire life in public office, I've been pushing back against assaults on our environment. You know, whether it be trying to protect our wetlands, whether it be to fight against pesticides. But you know, for that entire time, I don't know anything more outrageous than this that's taking place now, or what they're trying to take place. We have to put a halt to HOLTEC, pure and simple. We can't allow this to happen.
The plan that HOLTEC has to dump water, contaminated water in this river, is the wrong way to go. We've got to figure out how to put a plan together to retain the pollution on site in a safe and secure manner.
Peace and love, everyone. This is Congressman Jamal Bowman representing the 16th Congressional District of New York. I'm here in the 17th District fighting against HOLTEC dumping millions of gallons of radioactive waste into the Hudson River. This should be common sense. This is completely unacceptable and asinine behavior. Unfortunately, private corporations have been doing this for decades, and we have been asleep for decades, we, the collective, but now we're awake. And now that we're awake, we have to make sure no matter what, we do everything in our power to not let this happen, but to also push back against the entire fossil fuel industry, because we got one planet, we got one human race, and right now it's all self-destructing because of our warming climate. If the climate continues to warm at this rate, it's over for millions, if not billions of people, or worse. So the fight begins here, saving the Hudson River, but it continues all around the world. From the global south to Yonkers, New York, we got to keep up the fight.
We're here today to oppose HOLTEC dumping 1 million gallons of radioactive wastewater in the Hudson River. And we're also here to ensure the safety of the kids at Buchanan Verplanck Elementary School, only 4,000 feet from these reactor domes that are going to be demolished.
Good. So we're here to call for a one-year moratorium from the NRC and the EPA and the DEC to stop HOLTEC from dumping the radioactive water into the Hudson River. There are many alternatives to simply releasing it to this beautiful, gorgeous river, and we want to make sure that all the alternatives are clearly examined and that we make a careful, good, long-term decision so that we don't regret what we do. People use the river for swimming, for bathing, for fishing, kayaking, canoeing. We need to make sure that our community is safe. And 7 communities up north of us, and this is a tidal river, get their water, their drinking water from the river. We need to make sure that they're all safe.
Spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. This pretty planet, spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. This pretty planet, spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Go sun going down, you're a gentle blue giant, spin the surf all the sun always down, you're a gentle blue giant, the morning rise, this pretty planet, spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy ground. Gentle blue giant, spin us around. Everybody.
And you might have delicious cheeseburger for you.
We have to be realistic. If we make a mistake and put water, contaminated water, out into that river, and we calculate wrong, we'll have hundreds of thousands of years to regret the wrong decision. So let's do it right this time. Let's retain the water, and in some future date, the technology may allow us to do something else. But for right now, keep it on site, make it as secure as you can, and go forward.
I'm up here because it's a stupid idea to put radioactive wastewater in the Hudson River.